guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin cosplay, and today we are back at you guys with The Last Kingdom, the finale of season 2.
We are fucked. We are in the tight spot. We had last episode a pourparler, basically. We had negotiations going with Erik and Siegfried and about releasing Aethelflaed. And we went there with Aethelred, and that was fucking bullshit. He got put out of the conversation real quick, and that was funny.
Yeah.
But basically, well, we kind of agreed to a deal, but the real issue is that Aethelflaed cares about Erik now. He took care of her.
Really, really much.
Yeah, he took care of her. He told her she was precious. He basically treated her a lot better than her own husband. So, of course, she doesn't want to go back.
This isn't difficult.
Yes, that I know, but still.
Anyone can treat her way better than Aethelred.
Yeah, but she has to go back to her husband, and she doesn't want to. So she asked Uthred to help her escape with Erik.
Yep.
That means going against Alfred. So I don't know what he's gonna do. It's a bad situation. He already doesn't trust us much.
Yeah. So basically, we want to not start a war, not bring back Aethelflaed, not get angry with Alfred.
Which is impossible at this point. I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm very curious because he does come up with great strategies and stuff for this, but this time I don't know if we can get out the winner in this situation. Get out of this winner.
It might seem to be impossible for us to do it, but we're kind of great with impossible tasks, so who knows?
See. So I say we jump right away. This is the finale, like you said, so it's gonna be epic, and we see where they send us next.
Alright.
So let's go. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to know when these episodes come out, and check out our Patreon for the full reactions.
Okay.
I cannot let her go.
I will leave this place with Erik, or I will not leave at all. Will you help me? Please.
Okay, Alfred, where are you set on your whole Christian thing? Like, would you accept a Viking as your daughter's next husband?
As your son-in-law?
Oh boy.
3,000 pounds weight of silver and 500 pounds weight of gold. The first of the metal is to be delivered by the next full moon, the remaining amount 1 month later.
That is an impossible amount.
Without the money, what will happen to my daughter? She's too valuable to simply kill, Lord. It would be humiliation.
Or that.
She will be paraded before mocking crowds. Men would pay to take their turn.
If we can talk in private, there's a third solution, but you gotta agree to
Let
this.
her flee with the Viking?
As a father, like, you cannot allow this, but as a king, you might have to. That's the worst.
It is not just the life and reputation of my daughter at stake.
And it will be to pay for the army that comes back and kicks their ass.
It is the dignity of Wessex.
So many thousands of men must die, Lord, for the dignity of Wessex.
Yes, Odda.
If we pay this ransom, I do not see how there will be a Wessex. The tale they tell will be of the king who paid for the very army that destroyed him.
God would not allow that to happen.
It's not God we are dealing with. It is the Northmen, the Danes.
Non-believers, over whom we will triumph.
I love you,
Should a
Bjorka,
great
but
battle come
he's
of
right
this, we
here
shall
a
have
little
men
bit.
enough to face them. I expect the feud of Mercia to be at our side.
Shall be there, Lord.
They want to betray
The metal will be
you.
paid in full. My daughter will be spared, and Wessex shall avoid indignity.
All of you have good reasons.
Again, we said it last episode, we are talking about a guy who literally killed his son for Wessex. And then here comes the king who can't do the same, despite it being his duty. But we need to find a third solution.
If we march, they will kill her.
And she will be considered a martyr. For Wessex, Lord, her dignity preserved, and you would still have the Prince Edward. Your line is intact.
Father, king.
What has saved you from outright banishment is that you chose your king over your own son.
That's why he's telling you this.
Wessex over my son. A traitor. You should at least consider doing the same.
Can Uthred explain to him, dude, I have a third option?
Your injury and your appetite for wine have robbed us both of your worth.
It's not true.
You no longer serve a purpose.
Dude.
Then with your permission, Lord, I shall return to my estate and my wife at Devonshire.
That would be for the best.
Alfred keeps doing that for a few episodes now. He's been pushing everyone that actually care away and keeping the ones that we know want to betray him around.
Alfred, you're setting yourself up to fail.
But I understand
Really
because
hard.
his position is terrible, though. It's not easy to be who he is right now.
It isn't.
Am I being selfish in wanting to spare Aethelflaed?
Yes and no.
Lord,
It is your
you were
daughter.
a father before you were a king.
Yeah, but now he's got
Let
responsibilities.
your reason stand. She is Wessex.
But there will be no Wessex if you do
She cannot be
this.
humiliated.
There's not really a good answer to that question, what you should do.
I know. That's why I literally would not want to be in this position. There's no good answer. Because, like, if you do the other thing, if you fight and she dies, shit.
Where is she?
People might say he abandoned his daughter.
Dagford!
Oh, fuck.
Dagford! Where is she? Lord, where is she?
Oh, boy.
Clear. Each man has a right to see her.
Oh, kidding me?
And every man will guard her with his life.
His rumors fucking spread, he told them. Well, that's not gonna be easy now. Our plan is not gonna work.
Dear God, who might they be?
They are the Devonshire feared, Father Purely. You will get down from your horse and you will walk back to Winchester with your news. You will tell the king that Odda is marching against the enemies of Wessex. He can either march to halt me or march to join me, it does not matter which. Once the Northmen at Aethelflaed see an army, battle will follow.
Think about what you are doing. You are making traitors of your
The
men.
men you see are here to die for their king, not betray him.
Yeah, but he's not gonna see it that way.
I don't know. Oh, that senor, come on.
People died for less, man. And what sucks is he's actually doing it for a good reason, but like...
No.
God, I beg you. It is Odda, Lord. Prior to leaving Winchester, he sent a man, some man, with word to raise the fighting men of Devonshire. He has now met them on the road, Lord.
He is marching against Aethelflaed.
Yes, Lord, he is.
You might have to make a quick decision that you don't like. Just saying.
Join him or go against him.
Damn him.
He's literally putting him against a wall.
Are we to stop him? We have no other choice but to stop him. We must stop him. Rest your men and horses, but you will join me in my own guard before first light.
But that means fighting people who want to fight for him. He would be literally killing the people that serve him. They don't know any better. I really love how Alfred, got emotional, turned away, shed one tear, and then went back to being Alfred, by the way.
Uthred, she said that you would come.
Tell me what has changed.
In truth, it is hopeless. She hangs where every man can see her. Inside the hall, inside a cage, surrounded by men.
Warriors.
Then we must first get rid of the men. We do it now.
We might not have a choice but to just take her out and forget about the leaving with Erik part. We'll see, we'll see. We're kind of on a schedule, you know?
We need a good distraction to
Jeez.
bring men fires.
They had time to burn everything for 11 people, No, they were 11 before.
Half of them
There's like 5 left.
Yeah.
Where is he? Erik! Where is he? I have not seen him outside of the hall.
I feel a bit bad for him. It's his brother. Hurry up!
Oh no! The truth is out now.
Do not dare to do this! Brother, please let me have this one chance. I cannot let her go. She is so fortunate! She's her reputation!
If it's reputation you want, you can begin with killing me.
Who should know? If you want your fortune, you must kill me.
Oh, I don't like this. Oh, this is gonna be so bad. I said they reminded me of Harold and his brother. We know how that ended. Cause like it is his fault. They had London, and then it was his idea to abandon everything for her, and now he's the one that wants to throw the plan to shit.
Yeah.
No. Oh shit. Oh. Thank you. Oh, it's always hard when it's two brothers.
You did this.
He did. He did.
That's a really nice scene, by the way.
It's really sad. Oh. There was not a happy ending here.
Now we just need Uthred to bring back Aethelflaed and
But
to
this-
prevent this war.
Yeah, but this is not gonna. He's not gonna let it go. I love how they're preparing to fight with like this huge army when 5 men managed to take care of the whole thing.
They got Uthred?
Yeah. Don't die. Don't.
No!
Is it that bad? I think it would be fine. Like, I don't think it's that deep. Is it? He's gonna stay. Oh. This sucks. This fucking sucks. It is the finale. We have to kill a few people.
Yeah, they're coming!
Yep, they took care of this shit.
Must be Alfred.
They're coming.
Save us, please!
I think it is Uthred.
Now are you gonna trust him?
It is Aethelflaed they have.
And they got Danes at their backs.
Yeah, but we have an army. They are not ready for this.
We're being pursued by Siegfried. The Danes are low in number and disorganized. My advice is that we kill them all. Stiapa, put a guard around my door to keep her safe.
Father, I want to fight
You
them!
will do as I say.
You're not ready, honey.
Who is with me? Who is ready for glory?
Never really liked him, but they
You
made it
cannot
hard.
say that he's not
Badass.
badass and good to help his man.
Like, I never liked him, but they made it really hard not to, you know, be affected a little bit.
Yeah.
Hurry up!
Oh.
Yeah, he was fucking trampled by a horse. Well, trampled.
I see you, princess. I will kill you. Siegfried!
That's cool. Kill him, please, kill him!
Siegfried! I'm here.
Kill him! I won't be mad.
You could have waited like 5 seconds!
We're actually disappointed. Oh, come on. Oh.
She
In
did
the
it.
back, yeah. She did it.
She did it.
Well, he's the one that killed the guy she loved, so. Are you gonna hit her again?
Watch your back, man, because she can do the same thing to you now.
That was a cool transition.
Yeah.
Maybe her time with the Vikings gave her the strength to say to her dad, I don't want this, you know, my husband is beating me
And now she knows that she doesn't have to stay silent when that happened.
maybe.
She can protect herself.
You answered my call at the risk of everything.
I only wish he did survive, lady.
Us too.
Yeah, well, it's kind of.
Erik is still with me.
Hmm? Oh! in the way.
lives within me.
Oh.
Yeah, in the way we thought.
Oh.
Oh.
If over the coming months my husband should think what you are thinking, it would be a great comfort, Uthred, to know that I could call upon you again.
Aethelflaed, you're asking too much.
Like, we might have to kill my husband.
Oh, that's okay then.
Do you swear? You are the man I trust most, Uthred of Edinburgh.
Oh, that's the change. Having someone trust us for once.
I swear.
But what can you say to that pretty face? She's so sweet.
Yeah.
She's so
I
nice.
swear, lady.
I mean, if it wasn't for Gisela, I kind of ship it.
Do not say this because Gisela will die if you say something. Oh.
He's kind of taking the choice out of his ends again.
You won't be put down as a traitor for Wessex.
Yeah, because he did it for Wessex.
What binds a man to his land? What power within allows him to give his life to preserve his land and the lives of the families who work it? It can only be love. It will not be written that the Lord Odda saved Wessex. But that is the story I will tell. That he gave his life to save the lives of many. And in short, King Alfred of Wessex became more powerful than ever. Shackled by oaths to both Wessex and Mercia, it seems fate has made my sword Saxon.
Yeah.
Even though in my
Once
heart
again.
I remain a Dane. I, Uthred, son of Uthred, shall be the warrior to bind kingdom to kingdom. But one day, my sword will
Keep
belong to
reminding
them.
yourself that.
One day, Bibbenberg will be
Destiny
ours.
is all.
Destiny is
Ah.
all. Destiny is all.
So this is the end of
Oh.
season 2. I'm
so
pissed.
many things happened.
Okay, we'll address Odda first because I think it's, the main focus of the story here. I really love the narration of what a man would do for his country and his land and stuff like that. Like, we're talking about Wessex here. He did everything in his power to save Wessex. He kind of, he had his fight with Alfred, and there's a part of me that thinks that he did this in the end, yes, not to be called traitor to his own land and have that happen to him, but also kind of to not force Alfred to make the decision, Because, I mean, it was bad. He did twist his hand and forced him to either betray his country or follow what Odda was doing, It's like, oh, are you gonna fight your man? Like, they're here thinking that they follow your order,
Yeah.
I like I said, I really like the performance from Alfred's actor of, the one tier, because it's like, it's the impossible choice. You're kind of forcing him to kill his friend, You're like, you're forcing me to fight you when I don't want to. But his position is definitely not easy, and I think maybe that's why Odda was like, it's an impossible decision. I had to make it for my country. He cannot make it. That's his weakness that I know as his friend. So I'm making it so that no one else knows. I'm making it look like he chose to fight, and then it turns out that he's also robbing him of his choice to name him a traitor. So I kind of like that. Like, it's a proof of his loyalty to both his king and his country. It was to help him, and in the end, it did.
Yeah.
Now we gotta fucking deal with Mercia.
The thing with Alfred, it was really an impossible choice because we know that sometimes people can be a symbol for kingdom, for anything. And if Aethelflaed was
The king.
the symbol of Wessex, like she's the golden princess,
Yeah.
And it is true that if the golden princess is being humiliated, raped by man after man after man, it's like they're throwing piece by piece the symbol of what Wessex represents.
There is never a good choice in this situation. I don't remember who did that, but I think it's a French king. But if I remember correctly, there's a king, because I saw a video of, the history of the kings of Europe and stuff, and there's a king that was captured, and he made his country pay the incredibly large ransom that his kidnappers were asking, and they did pay it. And I don't remember what happened after, but it's been done before, countries paying huge ransoms and stuff, and then you leave your people with nothing. But then what happens to these people, these kings that pay these ransoms? They're either, in this case, they would have been defeated by the army they paid for, or his people would have abandoned him. And if I remember correctly, I think that's what happened to that king I'm talking about, the guy who had his country pay the ransom for his life, and then he kind of got turned on by his own people because there's no money left.
True.
Especially if you're asking money from the poor and stuff too. Like, they already have nothing to give you. And you're saying you want our kids to die for you, but you're not willing to let your kid die for the country. It was an impossible position. But then the contrary would be true as well. Like, if Alfred, we keep saying he's always in his head. He always makes decisions based on, his religion or, what his head is telling him. Like, he has no connection with his fighters, and he doesn't listen to empathy or anything. Like here with Odda, he had no sympathy with the idea that, okay, you're my friend and you did this for Wessex, so I cannot possibly, name you traitor. He went with the rules, gotta follow the rules. Like, duty is such an important thing for him. He's like, must follow my duty and stuff. But then with his daughter, can we really say he was following duty? So we chastise him for always following the rules, but the one time he doesn't follow the rules, we chastise him for that too.
There wasn't a good answer to
I know
what he was supposed to do.
I know. If he had left his daughter, people would have been saying, you're the king that did nothing to save your daughter.
Or maybe, like what I said, she would have been the martyr of Wessex. I mean, people would have tried to avenge her death. You can have both. You can have it both ways, but we'll never know what it will be at the end.
I get it. His wife said it kind of best. Like, you were a father before you were a king. Becoming a... Oh, my God. Becoming a king... to be fair, becoming a king both gave him the means to save his daughter, to do anything possible to save her, but it also is the reason why she was targeted.
True.
Because she was the king's daughter. So it's both a curse and a blessing that he's the king, but that doesn't make it easy for him to make decisions. There's always going to be doubt. There's always going to be judgment. But then in this case, I would be saying, and that's a thing this season, especially at the end, that I found that Alfred has been doing a lot, not listening to counsel. If your choices are hard enough, if you're already struggling with making the right decision and you're constantly questioning yourself, at the very least, make sure you surround yourself with the people that can best tell you what's going on. If he had trusted Uthred a little bit more, he would have told him, we cannot make peace with these people. He tried to tell him in the beginning of this second part of the season, like, the brothers, or at first it wasn't the brothers, but he's like, the Danes and stuff, they don't want to make a peace treaty, we should attack and stuff like that. But he was so hell-bent on, no, we must make peace, but he really has a hard time understanding that his way of thinking is not the way of thinking of everyone else. And that was an issue in season 1, and that's also an issue in season 2.
Hopefully season 3 won't be the same, but who knows?
I think at least this event might have, convinced him to trust Uthred a little bit more. Like, he kind of banished him before, and now he's kind of reminding him, you're not free. Like, I'm not letting you go because I still need you, as was proved in this episode. But he's got to start showing a little more faith, because if Uthred is saying, fate, destiny is telling me I have to fight for the Saxons, great, I'll do it. But he was doing it at the beginning of this second part too, and Alfred was just not having it because he doesn't like that Uthred is not going to change his ways. But Alfred needs to erase those boundaries. I said it before. He wants to unify England. Fine. But he wants Danes and Christians and Saxons to, cohabit. Fine. But in order to do that, you gotta have the mentality of some people don't believe in your God, some people don't have the same culture, and it's okay. You create those barriers, you're gonna have conflict.
Hopefully might change because
Hell, you don't.
we don't
Even Christians turn on each other. So like, man, don't make it harder for you, to unify England.
The only thing that maybe might help this time is Uthred saved Aethelflaed.
Like I understand.
So
well, that's gonna help.
You
with
might be
Uthred.
willing to listen to him more this time.
Like yeah, hopefully. But then he was in that same position in season 1, and Uthred was kind of free at the end of season 1. Like he was he was free to do whatever he wanted, sort of. And the cat is gonna scratch his whiskers on the camera again. It's gonna shake.
Maybe.
But this season, it's a bitter reminder. Odda is dead because of you not making the right decision, or forcing him to do this. And now like he's still sort of a slave to Alfred, but he wasn't giving him the trust he deserved. Like you want him by your side, fine, but listen to him when he gives you good advice, because he always ends up saving your ass. And then it would have been less of a mess if you had listened to him to begin with.
True.
And now, like, your daughter, I mean, it looks like she's not saying anything, but now it also looks like she might be pregnant from Erik, so...
I'm kind of glad for her, but
That's gonna
scared
be
because
bad.
that's gonna be hard to explain, right?
But then that's another thing, like, she's not gonna say anything to Alfred, okay, but if she were to say anything to Alfred, would he ignore it or would he listen? And that's always the question with Alfred, like... In what mood are you today? Do you want to follow the rules or do you want to follow your heart? And like Uthred knows about this, and when she calls, because he's not gonna like that. He's not, he's probably gonna realize it's not his baby, or he's gonna have doubts. He already had doubts before this whole thing.
Both of them are blinded. Well, Erik and Aethelflaed were blinded.
You just make the math and stuff. Like how long has she been pregnant?
He's not really smart to
I
begin
know.
with.
Yeah, but he's got a guy with him who's very, very
Fuck,
smart.
I forgot about him.
And in the end, they want to betray Alfred. So if it becomes convenient for them to say that she got pregnant,
she's been defiled by the Danes.
Yeah, it becomes something that they can use. And, Uthred, knowing this, might have to go to Alfred and explain stuff to him. But if he doesn't listen, we're going to still be in a mess. But next season, we have to deal with...
I slip with the sword.
I
It's
know.
all it takes.
We had such a good opportunity, but Uthred saved him because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But, next season, we got to deal with Mercia wanting to betray Alfred and, again, save his ass.
It's gonna be huge.
But this, like, he has pushed away everyone that actually cared about his country and him as a king. And he kept around those we know want to betray him because he feels this is what he has to do as king.
Yeah.
But, like, he is human, and, baby, don't do this. He is human, so he's bound to make mistakes.
Of course he will.
And he's
already
made a lot
did.
of them. He's made a lot of them this season.
Baby.
It's the cat, so, yeah. Anyway, I did end up caring for Erik a lot, and I'm a bit sad he died that quickly in season 2. Like, it feels like they've been around for longer, but now we've lost both. And they made a huge impact in the short amount of time they were here. And what the fuck with me?
Where were we?
Whether or not I didn't like Siegfried, but both of them really managed to make an impact, and seeing them fight each other, and then Siegfried having to kill Erik was really sad.
First of all, we do not like seeing brothers or family members fighting each other on screen.
Yeah, the Vikings literally
Never.
traumatized us with this.
And it is sad that at the end of it, Siegfried had to kill Erik because he was going against each other. And if you think about it, Siegfried and Alfred were in the same position. Both of them were trying to do, well...
No, you mean Alfred and Erik.
Yeah, both of them were trying to do their duty, but both of them decided to follow their heart.
Yeah. Except it ended in tragedy for Erik, and it ended in, it wasn't that bad for Alfred, but he did lose his best friend.
Yeah.
And, they didn't have Uthred on their side to help them, but, yeah. Siegfried, killing his brother must have hurt, and then, just understanding that he was gonna die, and might as well die because he's got nothing anyway, was really impactful. I thought it was great. Really sad, despite the fact, like I said, that I didn't really... it's not that I cared about them, although Erik quickly grew in my heart a little bit.
on screen, so that's how we liked them.
Yeah. And by the way, like, I have to show you who the actor for Erik is after this because I read in the comments that it's someone we know, and I remember freaking out. I just don't remember who he is, but...
Show me.
No, I'll show you after, but I'll have to remember to do that.
Okay.
But yeah, so, I mean, I'm a bit glad. I don't like that Erik died, but at the same time, I'd rather have him die and we are safe from the potential betrayal.
This drama, yeah.
Because, I mean, it would have ended up really bad. Like, if we had not come back with Aethelflaed, there would have been a fight between, you know, Alfred and Odda's men, which would have been bad for Alfred.
Yeah.
Odda did not have a good ending, but at least he went on his terms. And, you know, and I really love the speech at the end, you know, how, because, I mean, this whole thing is based off the scriptures and stuff, like the stories that were left of Alfred's time, and it's kind of inspired from this. And that was inspired in the books and stuff, but then we took that. And I love how they kind of said, you know, in the books it would not be written that Odda saved Wessex, but that's the story I'm going to tell. Kind of saying, like, the source material says he betrayed the country, but I'm telling it differently.
Everything is wrong. Everything is fake news, guys.
So something like that.
Yeah, sort of.
But I mean, it's a grain of salt. That's a thing. Like, it doesn't mean because it's written that it's true. It's written by the people that won. It's written by someone that was there, but only had maybe one version of the story. Like, we don't necessarily know if that was true. And a lot of what's happening in the show was probably, you know, actually happened, but then who knows if people's motivations were truly like that, or if what's written was actually what happened, because it depends on who the winner was.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what? I've heard a long time ago that in life you got your truth, his or her truth, and you got the truth.
It's always different.
Always different.
But that's why when you try to learn stuff, you know, when you want to inform yourself about something, you need to read multiple, you know, articles. You can't just trust one article.
Yeah.
It's the same here. But I really enjoyed the little mention that, you know, history might say he betrayed Wessex, but that's not what we take and we remember from him, because we really liked Odda, and now he's gone. His character really did this a little bit, you know, with the alcohol abuse and stuff, but he stayed true to his country till the end, and it's unfortunate that he had to kill himself. He ended up being the martyr.
It is sad. It is really, really sad.
But he literally ended up being the martyr. He asked, you know, Aethelflaed might have to kill herself to save the country. Well, that's kind of what he did. He killed himself to save.
That's what he did, yeah.
Ah, boy!
We shall remember you.
And we lost, what's his name? Kappa? The big guy that looked like he came right from Asterix and Obelix. You know? That's a French cartoon / movies and stuff. Comic books. But it's about, you know, our ancestors. Like, a lot of people had Vikings, but we had Breton. Yeah. Britons.
No, Britons is...
No, but I think they called them... I think it's the same thing. But it's way before that, but still. Anyway, I'm saying, he looked like he came from those comic books. And, I mean, we had to lose people. It's the finale. And might as well, I mean, I would have been pissed if it was Cithric or anyone, you know, or our friend from the slave days, because I've really grown to love these two. But I cared about him as well, and it pisses me off that he died.
I'm kind of glad that Alfred's bastard is still alive.
Yeah.
They never said his name,
Yeah, they
right?
said it. It's just
okay, never mind. Well, Alfred's bastard is still alive because he needs time to grow as a character. And I don't know, I know that not everyone is able to do... to be in a battle, to be able to kill someone else, even if it's to protect yourself.
Well, he was given the choice. He's like, you either want to be here, you go through this like a man, or you don't think you can do it, take back your cross and go back.
I might sound like a warrior, because Ild is a pretty good warrior too, which is a woman.
Yeah, it's an expression though.
Yeah.
Like, it's either that, or you take your cross and you go back to the monastery, but if you want to be here and do this, you gotta do this.
You need to pull up,
Yeah. Like, he's being harsh with him, but I think that's what he needs, because if you cannot, you know, cuddle people, not when he's gonna have to go out and kill
battle,
people.
You cannot,
yeah, not in the midst of it either.
No.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, we only lost one of our friends, you know, in the group. And
technically we lost half of our men, but we didn't know
no,
them.
but in our close group that always follows us around, and we still don't know where Hild is, but
True.
I think she's still alive.
I
And
hope that she's still alive.
in our little group, we lost one person, which could have been worse, considering season 1. But and Odda died back in Winchester, so all around, it could have been worse as the finale when it comes to the heartache, but it still hurts a little bit. But I'm excited for season 3.
You did say something though. I really hope that you won't jinx it, because you have a tendency to do this though, because you said that you're shipping Aethelflaed and Uthred.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, they're cute and
well,
nice
she has a
with each other.
crush. She has a crush, and I mean, she kissed him on the cheek, and he seems to be willing to save her whenever. And I think I was like, if it wasn't for Gisela, I would be shipping it.
Yeah. So, but don't say.
And like now we lost Erik, so it's not like there's a contender. There's the husband, but he's not a contender. We can get rid of him.
Yeah, true. But yeah, let's not try to jinx it. But we must protect Gisela.
Well, I don't want to jinx Gisela's death.
Yeah, but you're cursed. You know that. Every time.
Well, yeah, but
every time he says something
Uthred
bad
has
happens.
left his wife before, and she didn't die.
Was he lost her?
Well, she's a nun now, but she's
Yeah.
not dead.
Yeah, but you jinx it with Isolde.
Yeah, but if they fall out of love, I think if Gisela and Uthred fell out of love, I think they would both be fine.
I cannot see them falling out of love.
I'm not saying it's gonna be a thing. I'm saying if it wasn't for Gisela, I would be shipping it. I have a right to ship anyone. I shipped Uthred and Alfred. Is it gonna be a thing? No.
Maybe.
No. Okay, so this is it for the finale of season 2. Very excited for season 3, so we'll jump right to this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching this with us. If you want to see the first episode of season 3 right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't, you can wait for the next one to be out on YouTube next week, guys. In the
Yes.
meantime, just bye.
This bye. Bye.
Well, I was about to say Destiny is all, but it doesn't fit, so just
No.
bye.
Bye.